glad you're here. And the boys, oh my God, how you've grown.
Say hello to your Aunt Grace.
Hi. Well, come on inside. Mother's got dinner on the table. You're right on time, Bob. She'll be pleased about that. Come on, boys, come say hello to your grandmother.
Jack, I hope you had a pleasant drive.
You look wonderful.
I can't say the same for you.
I'm just tired.
I'm sure you haven't been eating properly.
Hello, Mrs. Bailey.
Honey, here you are with your entire brood. This must be Violet. She doesn't look like our side at all. These are the young men.
Hub, Fat, say hello.
Jack, those are not Christian names. You know I don't approve of nicknames for children.
I don't see why, Mother Bailey. I've been called Toppy since I was a baby.
Hardly something to crow about. How are you, Hubert?
Fine, ma'am.
Henry. I've been known to bite on occasion, but not usually in the first 5 minutes.
Hello.
Did somebody have an accident along the way?
They upchucked in our new car, Grandmother.
Jack, there's some old shirts in the bottom drawer in your bedroom. I trust you haven't forgotten where that is. Clean up the children and don't keep us waiting. Dinner's getting ice cold.
We weren't really planning on staying for dinner. I thought we'd push right on to the lake.
Jack, you're staying. Don't just stand there. Clean up the children.
No, honey, that's an awful lot of responsibility for a kid. Although he and May are getting along a lot better now.
She used to say to Jack, if you don't give up that Roman Catholic, meaning me, you can forget about owning any part of that mine. You know, Jack never hesitated for 1 second. He just marched right in there and he gave her those shares back.
I'm telling you, George, the only way we can work the mine at that rate is to have another shift of drillers.
Does she do business like this all the time?
All the time.
Oh, stop pussyfooting around and just do it. I don't usually approve of taking telephone calls during meal times. But that George Murphy would work the mine 3 days a week if I didn't chase him. Well, now, Hubert, tell us what you've learned from our discussion today.
That you work awful hard.
Awfully hard, Hubert. It's a critical time. We just have to get over this bump.
Oh, Mother, you know you work too hard.
Oh, Grace, any work would seem too hard for you. I'm not hungry.
I find my work at the radio station quite challenging. Thank you, Mother.
Well, I don't consider hiring yodelers to sing the virtues of soap powder very challenging. But excuse me, I have some work I must try and finish. Hubert, join me in the parlor at 8 o'clock, and I'll show you the electrification program that we're just starting to develop.
Yes, Grandmother. She probably doesn't really mean that, Aunt Grace.
Don't be so sure.
Oh,
Mother! Grandmother! I'll go call the doctor. Hello, yes? Get me Dr. Barlow, quickly. Dr. Barlow, hello. You need to come to the Bailey residence. There's been an emergency. Grandmother May's had a heart attack.
She's feeling better, but she's still reporting some chest pain.
She's still gonna want to get up tomorrow and go to work at the mine at 6 o'clock in the morning.
She needs complete rest, Grace. No work, no mind, no fretting of any kind. Her life may depend on it.
I understand.
I've left her some medicine. See that she takes it. I'll call in the morning and check up on her.
You gonna call Uncle Bob in Toronto?
Now I'm worried about the bank. If they get wind of this, they'll panic and call the loan.
Oh, Hub, your grandmother asked for you to look in on her. Now, don't tire her out.
Grandmother?
Come in, Hubert. Sit down.
Are you feeling all right?
I'm fine, Hubert. I've had this before. I'm not nearly as bad as they think.
But Dr. Barlow said you were real sick.
Hubert, Dr. Barlow isn't exactly a Nobel Prize winner. The fact is, my heart is just fine. The doctor said I need to stay in bed and rest a while.
Well, they're calling Uncle Bob.
Good. Now, in the next few days, you'll see more schemes than in a penny dreadful.
What do you want me to do?
Keep your eyes and your ears open. Especially for that Mr. Gerard. But also for Robert and Grace. And then you report back to me.
You want me to be a spy?
In a manner of speaking, yes. I realize it's a good opportunity for me to watch them and see what they've got up their sleeves. I have to rely on you, Hubert. Do you understand that?
Sure. Okay.
What is the current value of a royalty unit? Ah, thank you. You've been most helpful.
What did they say?
Grace, I'm getting dressed. Call the bank and tell Mr. Kendrick I'm on a meeting in 20 minutes.
What if he's busy?
Tell him to get unbusy. West Dominion Petroleum has risen from the dead. New test holes drilled through the methane gas hit straight into a pool of crude oil. I am going to get back the Silver Dome mine.
I am so sorry.
Finally, Benjamin.
Mrs. Bailey, you remember our district manager, Mr. Sainsbury?
Mr. Sainsbury.
I'm afraid I've detained your good manager, Mrs. Bailey. We have a rather important meeting scheduled later this morning.
Oh, yes, with George Murphy, about the workers' plan to run the mine. Oh, well, I don't think you'll find that necessary after you hear what I have to say, Mr. Sainsbury.